Weather-wise, we got a lot that is coming our way in the next 48 hours. The next few hours, pretty easy peasy. Cloudy skies really start to take over. The clouds thicken up. Temperatures holding steady in the upper 30s, so it's not too bad out there this evening, but we will begin rain. After the midnight hour, we'll have a lot of rain tomorrow. You can see all of that rain that is off to the southwest of us. Pretty potent storm system winding up right now in portions of Oklahoma. Yeah, there is some snow mixing in there. There is a cold side to this storm system, but first, we're going to be on the warm side of things. We could be pushing toward record highs tomorrow. We are aiming the mercury into the low 60s in a good chunk of Ohio. So the records for tomorrow generally sitting at about 60, 61, 62 degrees. We'll watch it. But in the meantime, our biggest threat with this system will be wind. We have a high wind warning that has been issued for tomorrow for Erie, Huron, and Richland counties. This is where our peak wind gusts are expected to be. Those wind gusts possibly to 60 miles per hour. But just because you may not be in one of those counties doesn't mean you won't have a windy day. We have a very blustery day coming tomorrow. We're talking about wind gusts upwards of 50 plus miles per hour throughout the rest of the area. So let's talk about the wind gusts specifically as we get into the overnight. By midnight, by noon, we are anticipating our winds very strong out of the south. Sustained winds anywhere from 20 to 30. Then your wind gusts are in the yellow here. So now we're starting to see some of those 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in at noon. Early afternoon into the evening, we have those same wind gusts coming. Note that the brightest purpley colors are in our westernmost counties. You can see a 52-mile-per-hour wind gust projection here in Sandusky. These aren't necessarily point or time specific. It's more or less a generality, but it's generally farther west that we have those highest wind gust potential. Then as we get toward midnight, all of us start to see those wind speeds coming back down, but it's still going to be a very blustery night tomorrow night as that storm system passes by. National Designer hour-by-hour forecast has the rain side of things. You can see that rain, that big swath of rain coming through the area tonight. 8 a.m., look at your temperatures, 50s. Now, it will be windy, but for those of you who like to get up and take a walk in the morning, tomorrow morning could be really good for you, other than a few sprinkles and showers around. We will have a few periods of rain showers coming through. At noon, here's your 60s northeast Ohio with that south wind continuing, but you can see there are definitely some showers that move through in the afternoon hours. That's the cold front. Behind the cold front, the temperatures drop back. So our peak temperatures, late morning, early afternoon. Later in the day, it's going to be a little bit cooler and just as blustery. Now, how much rain is coming? Well, we could get a pretty good dose of rain. The bulk of this falling tonight. That is, of course, special concern for the folks in East Palestine, where they're expecting anywhere from a quarter to possibly up to a half-inch of rain. That would not be the greatest of news for that site where they're watching the water situation so carefully. And, of course, any runoff would be of concern for them. Union Home Mortgage forecast, there's your 62 for tomorrow. 63 is our record high in Cleveland. We'll be down into the low 40s for Friday with that snow chance back in the forecast, and 30s return on Saturday, but they won't be sticking around long.